Have you ever been caught in a snowstorm so intense that the world seemed to disappear around you? Imagine being completely alone. The wind howls through the trees. Snow blinds your eyes. The cold bites through your clothes like needles. Then, through the swirling white darkness, you spot a woman. She stands motionless in the snow. Her skin is as pale as ice. Her long black hair flows in the freezing wind, and she is staring directly at you. According to Japanese folklore, this terrifying figure is Yuki-onna, the snow woman, a spirit so beautiful that travelers are drawn to her without realizing they are walking toward their deaths. For centuries, stories of Yuki-onna have been passed down across Japan's snowy regions. Some describe her as a ghost. Others believe she is a powerful yokai, a supernatural being that roams the winter wilderness. But no matter the version, one detail remains the same. Meeting Yuki-onna rarely ends well. Legend says she appears during blizzards when travelers are lost and vulnerable. She emerges silently from the snow, looking almost human, except for her unnaturally pale skin and eyes that seem empty of life. Those who approach her often feel an intense cold spreading through their bodies. Then comes her deadly gift, a single breath, an icy exhale capable of freezing a person where they stand. Victims are later found buried beneath fresh snow, their faces frozen in expressions of terror. But the most chilling story of Yuki-onna involves a young woodcutter named Minokichi. One winter night, Minokichi and an older companion were trapped in a violent snowstorm while traveling through the mountains. Unable to continue, they took shelter inside a small cabin. As the storm raged outside, both men eventually fell asleep. Sometime after midnight, Minokichi awoke. The room was freezing, a strange white mist drifted through the air. Then he saw her, a woman dressed entirely in white standing beside his sleeping companion. Her face was beautiful, but her eyes were cold and lifeless. Minokichi watched in horror as she leaned over the old man and blew an icy breath onto him. Within seconds, the man froze to death. Then she turned toward Minokichi. He was certain he would die next. But instead, she stared at him. After a long silence, she spoke. "You are young, I will spare your life." Her voice was soft, almost gentle. "But if you ever tell anyone what happened tonight, I will return for you." And with that, she vanished into the storm. Years passed. Minokichi never spoke of that night. Eventually, he met a beautiful woman named Oyuki. They fell in love, married, and built a family together. For years, they lived happily. Then one winter evening, while remembering the past, Minokichi finally revealed the secret he had kept for so long. The moment he finished telling the story, his wife became very still. Slowly, she turned toward him. Then she whispered, "The woman you saw that night was me." At that moment, her face transformed into the pale, ghostly visage of Yuki-onna. The snow woman had been living beside him all along. Some versions of the legend say she spared him because of their children. Others claim she disappeared forever into the winter night. No one knows the truth. But even today, hikers in Japan report strange sightings during snowstorms. A lone woman standing among the falling snow, watching, waiting, smiling, and if the temperature suddenly drops, if the wind becomes unnaturally quiet, you may not be alone, because somewhere in the storm, Yuki-onna could be waiting for her next victim. So tell me, if you saw a beautiful woman standing alone in a blizzard, would you approach her, or would you run? Because if the legend is true, that choice might be the last one you ever make.